Hi, it's Lan from Google Tech, and today I'm gonna talk about simplifying 3D model in terms of STL file that you downloaded from the 3D model server like Thingiverse or Prusa. Normally the model is good to print and everything, but in case you need to modify it, it's not gonna be that beautiful at the end. For example, I have a very nice model here. Thanks to the author, I put the link in the description of this video. So this model is fine, but for example, I want to use it as a token for games. Then I need to scale it down at around like 15 millimeter in terms of height. So 15 millimeter. When I put it in 15 millimeter, as you can see here, when try to slice it, you see that there's missing part on the top and only one layer. It's not gonna be that beautiful and not gonna be that stable. So I can either make it bigger, which is not a choice here. I want 15 millimeter, or I can simplify the model by cutting off this part of the head. So I'm gonna show you right now in the Blender how can you do it. Let's get to Blender. So in Blender, first of all, we need to delete this 3 part. Okay, now we can import my model into it. Sorry, the other people model, I didn't make that one. So import STL if from my desktop. Okay, here. Okay, here is the model. The first thing I'm gonna do is to delete this part because I don't need this part of it. So we can go to select and go to select lasso because it's easier for me to see. Also remember to change it to X-ray view whenever you need to select them, because otherwise those points that stay behind another layer cannot be selected. And first I have to tap to go into the edit mode of the model. I can go from here. Oh, sorry, I didn't choose the lasso. Okay, here. You want it up to here. Okay, then we just X for delete and choose vertices. Now the model is deleted, we can go back to the normal mode of it. So here, let me explain the idea in terms of like mathematics for you to easier to understand. So when we need to remove or add the material or adding into the model, I usually use Boolean in Blender. So the idea is like you have the guys with the hair feather on his head like this. If we minus this block outside of the head, we can get this kind of model right here. So you just need to create this part here, and then we can use it to do the Boolean modifier. So how to create this part? This piece is, or this object is created by another Boolean between this object and this cylinder here. We can do step by step so you can follow easily. It shouldn't be hard. Okay, now let's go straight to the Blender here. If you go to one, so we can go to the front head of it. First of all, we're gonna make this part by create the cyan block and the red cylinder. Okay, I'm gonna add the red cylinder first. You're gonna go Shift A, go to Mesh, add a cylinder. You're gonna have the cylinder right here, but it was in the other orientation, so we need to rotate about X like 90 degrees here. And for the side, put it around like 40, 46, 45, 46. So the radius should be like 20, 24, 25. Let's say 24. No, let's say 22 is good. The div is, pay attention here, the unit in meter, but it's fine. You can, I forgot to change it to millimeter, but it's okay. We're gonna scale it down when we get to the slicer. The diff, we're gonna put it 20 also, so it's like this. Now we have the block, it's quite good. Let's move it to the top of the head here, so it's gonna be the kind of protection for the part that we don't want to be cut. So let's move it with G. Okay, and since we want to move it inside the surface only, I'm gonna choose inside Y. So you see now it's gonna move along here. Let me put it to X-ray so it's easier for us to see. All I wanted to do is like I make sure that it won't cut here to the here and here this side too. Can see like maybe I'm gonna add it a little bit bigger. Okay, so instead of 44 I'm gonna put it 45 in both sides. 45 here, and there's 20. Let's see if the Z enough. We want to go to 3. As you can see here, up here is 5, but maybe we need to put it had to go all on the way to here for the thing to be easily to cut. So I did 20, gonna add another 20, so we make 40. I'm gonna move it a little bit backward because we need to cut the part here. So G and along X, along Y, sorry. Around here is good. Okay, so it is 40. Good. So that is it, and then we go to the front. We have the block properly. So we have this block is done, the red cylinder. We just need to raise this part around the head, and then we can do the modifier. For this block, we use the plan at the beginning because we need to edit it for the edge to be curly like this. You see, we're gonna start with a plan like this, edit the edges like this, and then we need to extrude it to create an object. So here, Shift 8 to add the mesh, and we're gonna add the plan here. Again, the size is gonna be, I think it's around like 80 by 80, if I don't remember. If I remember correctly, let's put 80. For the rotation, we need to rotate it 90 degrees in the X anyway. 90 degrees here. Now let's move it to the top to see how it matches with the model we have already there. Go with G, okay, and Shift Y so that it stays in the surface. Here is the model. Here. Okay, let me zoom in. Yeah, it seems fine. Let me just move it a little bit. G, Shift Y, and then here. Okay, it's good. Now you see what we need to do is just create the mesh from here to here and from here to here. Let me move it down a little bit. G along Z direction, so it's like this, just to cut it properly. Okay, here. Now we need to subdivide this edge into 4 pieces so that it can go like this one and this one. You can go to the edit mode of it, select 2 vertices, and then we can apply the subdivided. I need it to be around 3 cut so that we can have like 3 cuts, so we can have like 3 points in between because we need to add 4 here and here. Okay, so it's done. After we have that, we can select these 2 points here and move it up so that it was inside of the cylinder here. So G, Z, we can move it up to here. Okay, so as you can see, this one is good because it cut into cylinder, but this one is not cut into the cylinder. So this part gonna cut to the ear of the guy. So what I can do is to move it a little bit, like here, G, just here. As long as in this area, it's good. So these are good already. Now, let's see. This is the object, the plan now. Okay, now we go to 3 to look at the model. We need to extrude it in a way that it can be inside this one. So we need to extrude it around 38, let's say. So I can select the surface here and extrude it. Are we in the edit mode? Not sure. Okay, tabs. Okay, back to edit mode. We select here, select on, extrude with E for 38. Okay, done. So back to 3 again. Let's move this one. Forget tab. Okay, now G along the Y direction. So we just need it to be here. Okay, it seems fine. Now let's go back to the view without the X-ray. So you see the cylinder is here, the square, the plan is here. Now we're gonna do the first math here. Use the block minus the cylinder with the Boolean different and get this object. How can we do it? We can just select the cylinder, the plan here, and we're gonna go to add modifier. We go to Boolean and then select object. We can select the cylinder. The method is different, so we can see the difference between them. And now if you turn up the cylinder, you're gonna see the status is there with the part already cut out. So we have the first part here. We got this part. Now we need to do the second math calculation to minus this one with the thing we just created to get this surface, to get this object, sorry. So the same method, select the object, add modifier, Boolean, different. With the object, we're gonna select the plan object here. So now if you hide the plan, you see, voila, we have the model already cut out the top. So that part is done. That's what we want is done. I just want to add one more thing for you. In case you, with the small piece, most detail that you cannot use the big block to plus or minus, you can use like just delete the vertices by hand. For example, I tap in here. Remember to select the X-ray. So this part not gonna be seen through the printing here because you see here the model here the ear is gonna lose anyway. So I'm gonna delete it. The part here. I can select the just go to the front. I will select the select lasso, and then I can just select those part. You see, and I just delete it, or in the other way I can just separate it. So it become another part here, another object here, but it doesn't have any effect on your model. Your model now won't have that anymore. The same way with this ear. Let me see. Have to be careful around here. Okay, so the same way I'm gonna separate with selection. Okay, good. Now when you hide these two parts here, you can see the ear a little bit like this, but it's fine, it's okay to print, believe me. Okay, now I tap to see. But see, now is this our model. That after we remove the part, that all the pieces, all the thing that we don't want, we have this model ready here. Okay, now I just need to, okay, I have something weird here. I don't know what is it. Oh yeah, I think it's the plant that we was so deep that it cut into the. Let's see. Okay, open the plant here. Yes, because of this one, it was too deep, so we had to move it up a little bit also. Let me go to the plant here. Okay, and tap it. Okay, because this is so low, that's why it have the problem. You can just need to select this point and select also this point, and then Z is up, like move it up along the Z direction. Okay, let's see it for now. Yeah, the part that go outside the cylinder, it happened like that. So now, okay, you don't have that problem anymore. Okay, now you can hide it. So this is the new model that we have. I'm gonna turn off the x-ray for you to see easily, and now we can export this to print. Go to export, STL. You need to choose the selection only, otherwise they're gonna export all of this model over here. I'm gonna name it as from my desktop. Okay, here I'm gonna put it simplify, or let's say I cut it out. Got cut. Okay, so I can just export there. Now let's import it to the slicer to see the sleeve different. I used to push a slicer. You can have whatever, it's fine. Open it here. You see it have the E like it, but it's okay. You can either fix it with Prusa slicer by there's a netfab that can fix it, but I was in Ubuntu, so I cannot do it. But you for sure can do it. Otherwise, you can still print it. It's for sure fine. And when I put it to 15 millimeter high, and you see here, see this model, this is this one. Now we can slice, and you see we don't have problem of all of the hand in the air like this and that. So yes, that is how you can simplify the model from the STL model. Of course, if you have the CAD file, it was easier. But anyway, Blender is strong enough to help you to do some kind of simple job like this. Let me go print this model, and I can show you to see if it can actually work with this one. So here are the model that I printed with my 3D printer. This is 15 millimeter high, and if you look at the head, you will see that it was simplified all of the feather or the hair. It was cutting out and still printable, and the ear was soft. It's fine too. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like my channel, please subscribe to it so we can see in the next one. Happy making!